Hello and welcome again to Match Fishing TV. I've been joined today by commercial fishery superstar Neil Machin, who's come along to talk to us all about this little beauty, and believe me, this is fantastic. If you've not seen one in action, you're going to be impressed. Neil, how did this come about?
It's happened probably 2 years ago now. It's taken a while to get this on the market, but 2 years ago, when I really started to do a little bit of method feeder fishing, I sort of struggled like a lot of people do, you know, so I went fishing at one or two commercials, and I sort of get on with it okay, but I had trouble getting the ground bait to mould around it and stay on when it was flying through the air, and I was always worried that when it hit the water it was coming off. So I sort of went away and had a think about it and came up with this idea for a mould. I just thought of something, you know, a form to form the ground bait around the feeder, and I went away and tried it, resin mould first. I made a resin mould from quick drying resin. And that worked. Rung up Darren about it and said, what do you think about the idea? And Dan said, it's a great idea, keep it quiet. And this is where we ended up.
And you did keep it quiet, didn't you?
We did keep it quiet.
You kept it hidden under the towels and all that for about last...
We did, yeah. I mean,
knows how long.
at the time when I first made the first two moulds, Paul Sheen and Damien Bracken were fishing down at Lawford. Did a lot of method feeder fishing. So I gave them one each to go and try. You know, they were the small sized ones, and they tried them and absolutely loved them. And they said, they rung me back up the week after and said, we need two larger ones. So I made two larger ones and they tried them. The next thing was all the team, the Garbolino team, wanted one as well. So we made them for the Super League. I made 10 for the 10 anglers that were in the Super League. And I said, listen, you must give them me back after the Super League, and I never got them back and never saw them again. So everybody was instructed, we had them in the zip-up ground bait bowls, and they were kept inside these zip-up ground bait bowls, and it's been kept a pretty good secret, really. So.
Well, I've seen one in action
yeah.
just over a week ago when I come and invaded your box down at wherever we were. I can't remember now.
On the Avon, I think.
Yeah. Sorry about that, mate. It was a bit of a rough day. I can't believe how easy these are. They're absolutely fantastic to use. Machin Speed Mould. Show us how it works.
I mean, like I say, it is very, very simple. That's the idea behind it, is to make method feeder fishing simple. And the hard thing with a method feeder is to actually load it. And this is so easy. All you do really is you take your hook bait. In this instance, it's cool. Just drop the hook bait in there and fill the mould, the ground bait. Put the feeder in, just give it a light press, turn it over. You waggle the neck of the feeder rather than pulling it out, and you can see there straight away. There's the corn on top of the method ball. Now, I mean, you can fish it like that if you're having a really good day and you're chucking in and it's going round every go, and there's no problem in fishing it like that with the bait right on the top. So as soon as it goes in, the fish is straight on the ground bait. But usually, 9 times out of 10, you need to cover it up. So all you do to cover it up, just half fill the feeder, the mould, put the feeder in, another little press, like so, turn it over, waggle it again, and there it is. It's
an absolute doddle, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's an absolute cinch.
Yeah, so easy.
Every single angler that ever fishes method feeders is going to buy one of these, I would imagine,
well,
because
it's
just so quick and so simple.
I mean, the beauty of it is it breaks down at a uniform rate. It casts so brilliantly because it's so aerodynamic. You can probably get a few extra yards out of it.
Is the ground bait important? Is the actual mix of the ground bait important for you?
The main thing is with your ground bait is to make sure you use a pellet-based ground bait, like a carpet type ground bait, rather than sort of a sweet mix. You know what I mean? A sticky sweet mix. So that's the main thing. So if you use a pellet-based ground bait, I mean, this is a Dynamite Marine ground bait, just as it comes, nothing else in it. And that's the main thing to do, really, is like that, because basically it holds together better. It doesn't stick in the mould. I mean, you can use a sweet mix ground bait. But all I would say to you, if you do, is just keep a little bit of dry ground bait to one side and just rub it in after each cast. Rub the dry ground bait in, then it'll just come out. It's
fantastic, just so simple. So how many of these in the range?
There's actually 2 sizes of moulds, and there's 4 feeders. There's a small inline and a large inline, small elasticated and large elasticated feeder. So there's 4 feeders and the 2 moulds to fit the 2 sizes.
And these will be in the shops from when?
They should be within the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks now.
Excellent. So for every mould that you get, you've got a free feeder as well?
That's right.
Can't go wrong, can you? Fantastic deal. Cheers, mate.
Okay, cheers, Dave.